Sign in and wait in your fucking truck. Man, I tell you what, man. These shippers and receivers will try you out here. I'm in Paris, Illinois. And, you know, whenever you get to a shipper or receiver, you try to read all the signs so you can make sure you're going to the right places and doing the right things. So, figure out where the shipping office is. I go inside, I'm reading the directions. It says, you know, sign in, blah, 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 you know, and then go wait in your truck. And so, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm pulling up my pickup number on my phone or whatever. And this dude pulls up on the forklift and he goes, driver, sign in and go wait in your fucking truck. And I looked at him. I said, what? I said, excuse me? Like, that's what I'm doing. And he was like, sign in and go wait in your truck. I got other trucks waiting. I was like, okay, you know, cool, no problem. Now, my initial thought was to go off on this dude. But see, like, the way my brain works, like, I have a real level-headed temperament. You don't want to see me angry, though. But, like, I'm always thinking, like, 2 or 3 steps ahead. And I'm thinking, like, man, if I go off on this guy, he might take forever unloading my truck, which means that I'll be late getting to my next load that I'm picking up. And so I'm like, you know, stay calm, whatever. Like, maybe he had a bad day. You know, truck drivers can be assholes. And I know sometimes, like, you know, the shippers and receivers dealing with truck drivers all day long, I guess after a while, they return that same energy, not realizing that every truck driver is not like that. You know, whenever I go to a shipper receiver, I try to be courteous. I try to, you know, look presentable. And even if they're having a bad day, I try to do or say something that hopefully will make their day better. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I was at this place picking up Red Bull a few days ago, and it was just a terrible experience. Like, as soon as you come in the guard shack, they're rude. They take forever to get you loaded and unloaded. And now the guy who unloaded me, he was a cool dude. But anyways, so I'm like, damn, what the hell just happened just now? And so I walk out, and there's already 2 other trucks on the door. And I walk over to the guy in that blue and white Kenworth over there. And I'm like, you know, what's up with your boy in there? I'm like, have you checked in yet? And he was like, yeah, man. I was like, that's just the way he is. I was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I walked in there. He was like, sign in and wait in your fucking truck. And he was like, man, he's just messing with you, man. He does it all the time. So I've been coming here for 10 years, and he does it every time, you know, like, he's actually a good guy, man. Like, once you're getting unloaded, you guys will be back there shooting the shit and whatever. That's just what he does. I was like, man, that caught me off guard, like, so bad. He's like, yeah, I tried to warn the other driver next to me. And I guess he was like, you know, you can't talk to me like that, you know. And it's like, damn, right? You know, that's your first initial thought, like, what the hell is this guy smoking, you know? But I guess he called himself, you know, playing around and being funny. But, like, who plays like that? And like, he did, like, you know, have, like, a little smirk on his face when he said it. But it's still, like, it's too early in the morning. It's like freaking, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning. And that's the first thing out your mouth when I walk in, you know what I'm saying? So it caught me off guard. But anyways, hey, stay positive out here, man, because sometimes shippers and receivers, man, they will definitely, you know, ruin your day. But, you know, also I'm pretty sure the shoe on the other foot, sometimes drivers do the same thing. Because, you know, like I said, I definitely see drivers out here being assholes and being rude to the shipping receivers. And I get it. We're all going through stuff. Drivers out here, you know, going through everything they're going through out here. And then, you know, the shippers and receivers dealing with the drivers out there and dealing with whatever else they're dealing with in their personal lives, whatever. So, anyways, actually, that shit caught me off guard, man. Like, I was like, has this dude lost his mind? But I'm just sitting here waiting. So the guy said once I get on the door, they're pretty quick at unloading. So hopefully they can get me unloaded quick. And then I can head to my next stop. Wow, so this day just keeps on getting more and more interesting. So I see another driver pull up, and I see him looking for the shipping office. And so I blow my horn at him. I go out there and say, hey, you're looking for the shipping office? He's like, yeah. And I told him where it was. I told him, you know, what to do once you get in the door. And I explained to him, there's a guy in there that might tell you to fill out the paperwork and go back to your fucking truck. And he's looking at me like, what? And I was like, yeah. And I was explaining to him like, I think he's just joking around, or that's just the way he is, whatever. But don't get offended. Just go in there, fill out the paperwork, go wait in your truck, pull your tandems to the rear, break your seal, open your doors, and just, you know, wait. And so then I'm talking to him. Most of the guys that I meet out here, when they don't really speak very good English, they're usually, you know, Hispanic. But he didn't have a Hispanic accent. So I'm like, where are you from? Turns out he was from Afghanistan. And so, you know, we got to shooting the shit for a little bit. And I was like, oh, really? You know, where were you at in Afghanistan? And it turns out, like, I actually worked with this guy in Afghanistan. He was a translator, you know, for us near and around Kabul. I'm not gonna give out, you know, details, but it was actually pretty cool. You know, I think he said he came here in 2019, so he got out before the evacuation. His family is safe and everything, so that was really good to hear. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, talking to him and just like, you know, it was like, wow, this is crazy. You just never know, you know, what you're gonna get and what you're gonna run into out here on the road. So, but yeah, real good guy. Talked for a little bit. He said he wants to come back and talk to me because he's a truck driver, but he isn't on his own truck. And he wants to talk to me about, you know, maybe getting into owning his own truck and everything. But good deal, man. You know, they just got a little bit better. You know the deal. Hard times don't last. Hard truckers do. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. And last but not least, stay smooth, my friends.